Yo, yo. What the business is, YouTube? Taking a look at the streets, seeing what's going on the streets. Shoot, this here is where the real money is. The real money's in these streets right here. Wall Street, baby. So I done sold my position, both in my little practice and in my actual that I took in the CIFS, looking like it was going to break out. I was originally just seeing that this stock was creeping up on this high that is set 362, whatever this high is over here from what's that? Monday the 25th. I had 2 days of a little bit of profit taking. I gapped down actually on Tuesday. I gapped down a little bit, gapped down again Wednesday. Thursday, you get this bullish engulfing candle, and it was almost finna engulf Tuesday's candle. So Thursday could have almost took both Wednesday and Tuesday's candle. So bullish momentum is definitely in from this last Friday. So, and then the gap up Monday. So I see that Friday, nice big candle. Ended up holding that position. Sold way up at 535, almost to the T, 100% gain. Yeah, 536. So I mean, I got in my position at 268. So yeah, times that by two, 536. So I'm at 99% gain in the position that I had. In my first trade like that, I got a whole 100 of 2019, whole 99% gain 2019. And I mean, and then what I love about this market, I wish that this top 20 right here, top 22 stocks of the day, how many is that? Yeah, so 22, because this right here is just going in numeric order from the highest to the worst, the best stock performing of the day to the worst, and it just keeps account on that from where you are at. So that's the 12th. So the top 22 stocks, I like it. I like this stock down here at 22 to be up 20%. For me to say that the market is really strong. But this thing got the right kind of movement beginning to build up. This YRIV up 131%. I know some people might feel like, man, if you buy in and this thing is up 131%, you be greedy. But at the same time, CIFS opened up. I mean, shooting the last few days from $2 to where it's at now, it's up 188%. The stock market is not gonna give you that. If you just take the trend of holding uh everyday stock that may, you know what I mean? Unless I mean, it's some stocks out there that's really got some solid things going on with them, and they gonna outdo the market, and that's always it's a given. There's lots and lots of stocks that outperform the market, but I mean, the market is based on the market, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P. This typically gives you about 10% a year, except for 2018. You know, it opened and closed open in one spot and then close lower for 2018. 2019 looking to be, at least starting out with a bang. But it's coming from these depths down here anyway, so we got a little bit of an advantage. But we off and run in 2019 so far. Nice recovery from this dip, and let me go and look at that. Where I'm at? Where I'm at? I've been yapping. Oh, 4 minutes and 16 seconds. So I ain't even got to this here point yet. So yeah, I bought this thing here on Friday, just 120 shares at $2.68. Got out, short trade. It cost me $326. Completely flipped that $310 over the weekend. Uh, Punching keys, recognizing the stock pattern. Um, that's nice part-time money right now. That's part-time money right now for somebody, and that's just recognizing a pattern and positioning money to grow. Uh, So yeah, small little trade. I got out early over here, and I threw up these two lines to kind of talk about it for a quick second. I'm out probably at about a minute or two before I got out of my paper trade because I got out my actual account first, and then I came back like, you know what, I paper traded the two around that same area where I got in, with a larger, because I mean I just grew. I did the same thing in paper trading account. So if you could bought 4,000 shares at it is, it don't show my entry. Okay, so what I got to do is go to this week. Excuse me. So I originally bought 5,000 shares at 273 because I kind of got in late. I got in 268 in my actual account, but it took me a little bit longer to go ahead on and enter this paper trade. So I'm in at 273 in the paper trade. Uh, Sold 1,000 because it had dipped off, and I was like, man, this thing here is finna, 268 to 254. I don't really play around. I mean, that's only 14 cents, but that's already, on 1,000 shares, you're down beyond 10%. You're almost down 20%. So I went on ahead and I was finna just cut 1,000 shares at a time based on the price action, get on out, without, trying to limit the damage. Capital protection mode. You got to protect capital, got to protect the money. This thing looks to be rounding. I'm gonna go to 5-minute candles. Even on the 5-minute candle, it is a rounding top right now. So this might be a gap starting to crack. So I'm not mad at all about getting out where I did, why I did. Oh, look at this tick chart. I've been wanting to talk about it, show people tick charts. It is, man, it's nice to see the actual live action sometimes and to see how it works. At times, I will scan through my daily chart to see what's really ticking out here. See if there's any stocks that's really, really taking. What's that? Oh, it's just bouncing between 11 and 12. This looks like that's got some movement. Maybe not. I come back to. I mean, look at this price action on your tick chart. What about this one? All right, so I'm gonna come back to my minute chart. But I seen that it was struggling with this 542 area. You know what I mean? So I put me an order in for 535, being that when it first started struggling, it probably was this, 535 this area. And I seen that struggle there begin. I was like, okay, I'm gonna set my order right there at the high that it set at 535. Um, I gave it a little more time to see if it would punch in 2, 3 more minutes. It ain't really climbing above that. Like, okay, I'm gonna get out. That's holding as resistance. Resistance is when sellers are trying to take over a level, but it ended up punching through that level. The sellers are saying, okay, $6 is going to serve as resistance, and they own in that area for right now. Now, another thing, this thing is riding on my VWAP. We now have cracked beneath the VWAP. To me, that's always, treacherous territory. After that, I'm looking to get out in that area anyway, and that's almost where I ended up getting out. Um, So this thing, and look at your moving averages. I got my two short-term moving averages now. My 9 EMA is crossing beneath the 13. The 4 EMA, and sometimes you can just trade it like that too. Watching the EMAs, the minute your short-term moving average really cracks beneath the shortest moving turn, I'm gonna say, moving average cracks beneath any of these. That's an ominous sign of weakness, and you would have got out in the 577 area instead of getting out down here at 548 right now, hoping that it now pushes above those. Because I'm willing to bet that, zooming in, that this 9 and 13 EMA right here may act as resistance. How long am I yapping? See, I can get into this thing, start talking, giving you analysis. Uh, but yeah, this 9 and 13 EMA will act as resistance. Shoot, the VWAP will act as resistance. And the VWAP is a strong one. This stock may have that potential to push, but I think we are getting into overextended territory. I got 100% gain out of it darn near. Uh, I, you got to fight getting greedy, so I take 100%. and get out of there, or close to it, 90-something% and get out. I'm cool with that. And then just keep scouting, keep hunting, keep looking at these charts and trying to find the next one up. The market is hot right now. I am seeing some signs of cooling though, man. Like I said, I like when I look over here on a hot day, the Dow only up 70 points. So really it ain't that hot. We ain't up 300, 400, 500 points or nothing like that. But I don't know. See, even on CNBC, these cats they already starting to say, is this a top for this latest movement? Even though on the Nasdaq done jumped above them levels. The Nasdaq done broke above them levels. This thing might come up and retest the high, and if we get that, that leaves a good little chunk of territory in between. The S&P, I mean, it's really flirting with the absolute tops up here. I mean, we right at it. So they were saying that is this a top? I just think, dog, just looking at it, these daily candles, some of these things are really shrinking down, getting small, but it's just kind of stair-stepping its way up. The market ain't quite rounding yet. We might have a little bit of that, looking to be coming, but not quite yet. Either way it go, obey your price action, and that's what I did in this area over here. Because I mean, really, I was obeying this price action right here, 538. When I was watching it, the first few minutes of the market open, thankful that I didn't get out back down in the $5 area, because when this thing in the second minute of the day pulled all the way back to 510ish, I'm like, ooh, I might want to just go and get out. But I was patient a little bit longer, 2-3 more minutes. But I seen 535 holding as resistance. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out right there. Not trying to end up taking a loss. And now look at it, it's getting back. For the push for $6 again. So I could have held longer, didn't do that. Glad to take profit. Hey, feel like I'm yapping. I'm running in circles right now. This is Pursuit of Freedom.